Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Look, today is going to be an interesting day. I'm going down to Covina, California to check out the new Icon Master Series toolbox. So I hope you enjoy the adventure with me. We're going to walk around this thing. We're going to check it out, and I'm going to give my own perspective, thoughts, and opinions on this toolbox. Now, I had a comment earlier when I had posted the picture or the thumbnail for the video, letting you guys know what was getting ready to transpire today, that we were getting ready to post a video talking about the Icon, and someone said, I don't imagine you'd be able to share very much that the bear didn't already cover. Guys, this is not a competition, okay? I'm not going out of my way to try to beat somebody on their review. I think the OEMTOOLS did a killer, awesome review of the toolbox. Maybe there is some things that I cover, maybe there's some things that I don't. The idea is perspective. The OEMTOOLS, aka the bear, he's not currently working as a professional automotive mechanic in an independent shop or a dealership at this time. So it's a little bit difficult for him to exactly give his real world opinion about how functional it could or will not be for the average automotive technician or mechanic. And that's kind of where I come into play. My whole channel is pretty much based around my lifestyle and what it is that I do, not only as an automotive mechanic / technician, as a family man, and just some of the old rigmarole daily grind, some handy dandy tool topics that we talk about. Can it take the abuse? Can it take the daily grind, if you will? That's kind of what I'm doing, man. Okay, my channel is not exactly a tool only channel. It's not exactly an only how to repair video channel. And we don't always talk about the same exact name brand all the time. Sometimes it just depends on what company came out with one new interesting thing for the month. Lately, Harbor Freight's been coming out with a lot of new and interesting products, so you'll probably see a lot of videos from us going to Harbor Freight. There's other things that are getting ready to come out with the Makita lineup. We already talked about that. We got videos in the works for that. Gear Wrench has got some pretty cool stuff coming up. I've got videos coming up with the Techie Tone. Okay, so there's lots of stuff coming up. I digress. Let's move on. Let's go take a look at this Icon Master Series toolbox. Let me take a close look at it, get my hands on kind of feel, and give my opinion. We made it. We're in Covina, and we're at the Harbor Freight. Let's go inside, see what that Icon looks like. All right, so at first glance, interesting color concepts. Think it's available in green, blue, red, and black. Looking at the red one on display down here in Covina, California. The OEMTOOLS and a handful of others really wanted me to go down here and get a mechanic's eye, a professional viewpoint, if you will, as far as somebody turning a wrench in the real world. So at the independent shop, this type of cabinet right here, this stand-up locker, having two ports that you can plug into any AC outlet, whether it be 110 or 240, is absolutely amazing. I like the padding, the inside pad liner for the drawers. The drawer liner is just absolutely amazing. I like the Icon embossed impression that they did there. The drawers for the locker itself actually feel pretty rugged and duty. I like the rubber grip in the middle, so you're not just grabbing a gloss black drawer. I like how they have some screwdriver look like holder where it has a drip down catcher, so if you wanted to put some funnels up there, you could. Kind of interesting that they actually started putting some of their, what we're getting ready to see, Icon impact sockets, swivel sockets, Allens, ratchets, swivel ratchets, flex heads, ball style Allens, breaker bars, torque wrenches. Looks like Icon's going to come up with their really solid tool lineup here. Not sure how expensive they're going to be or how inexpensive they're going to be. We'll have to wait and find out. So free delivery, lifetime warranty for the toolbox. A lot of people kind of hating on that, saying, yeah, well, free delivery, what if it breaks down? They're going to come pick it up, they're going to swap it out? I don't think so. Well, I don't know. We'd have to wait and then see what happens when that time actually comes. I'm pretty sure that, especially if you live close enough to Harbor Freight and you were willing to spend some money on this thing, pretty sure they'll work with you and figure it out. Here was kind of one of those things that I was like, yeah, okay, let's talk about these super skinny drawers. Now it really is kind of starting to have that snap-on KRL series, really super thin drawer. Look at my finger. The first knuckle, or the first knuckle line is on my finger. That's maybe like a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. It could be a little bit bigger than an inch, but not by much. So I'm going to grab a tape measure here. We're going to find out just how deep the drawer height is on this, but not really offering you a lot of room considering what you're able to put in there. And we'll take closer measurements here when we get done looking at this bad boy at the house. We'll take a look and see what the plier rack measures up to that they sell at Harbor Freight, what a typical socket would be in a magnetic rail, and if that would actually fit, whether deep or shallow. We'll just take a look at a few things. So they're showing that there's some more ruggedness and durability. They got a charging drawer. Found this was actually kind of interesting. Like the way that it kind of rolled the cable up and rolled it out flat. Looks like they're showing you some earthquake lineup here in the 20 volt of how easy it is to plug in and how many you could plug in. 2 USB ports, I believe 6 110 or 120 outlets. So that's pretty awesome. That's quite a bit of charging power station right there. So I'm kind of excited about that. Let's look at the power tool drawer. So again, they're showing you all the different earthquake tools that they have currently available, not just in the cordless lineup, but also, or not just in the cordless lineup, but also in the air tool lineup. So I thought it was interesting that they even threw in the half-inch Earthquake XT in there towards the end. That was pretty cool. I've had mine for a while. Absolutely love that thing. So I guess no Icon cordless tools coming out and no Icon air tools. So, I mean, they're kind of showing you, show and tell right there, showing you they're using the Earthquake. So I guess we'll have to give them a little bit more time to figure out what they're doing with the Icon. All right, now I'm 6 foot slouched, about 6'1" if I stand up tall enough, but I feel like I shrank a little bit. So on average, I'm 6 feet tall. This thing's actually pretty a comfortable height. My biggest complaint with most of the hutches is that I'm too tall, so I have to kind of duck in. So you can kind of see where my head height is. I can still look down. It's perfect for my shoulder. I can set my elbow down on it, but yeah, you're still gonna have to tuck in a little bit if you are a tall guy. Wish they would make it a little taller. That would be something nice to see in the future. Don't think that it's one piece. You can actually buy this individually. Somebody told me that they thought it was one ginormous piece. No. Talked to the Harbor Freight employee in there. She pulled out the entire booklet. If you don't want to buy the whole entire thing, you don't have to. You could buy it piece by piece at a time. I did see what they were doing with, they have a 36 option, a 56 option, and here in the coming months down in Pasadena, they're actually going to be putting the 72-inch on display here within the coming weeks. Sorry, not months, coming weeks, because they're getting ready to drop this bad boy on the market September 30th. So here in about a week or two, they should have the 72-inch available for demoing in Pasadena, so that will be kind of interesting. I'm more than likely not going to take the trip all the way out to Pasadena. I did and was willing to make the trip out to Covina. Here's the total width of the drawer. I did it because I really wanted to get a solid feel for it. And to be honest, guys, as impressive as it looks, it's just lacking a little bit, and I'm going to show you here what some changes that I would make to it. For one, yeah, we still got some pretty nice drawer depth overall. The height for those 3 drawers or 4 drawers is just, I mean, you could have turned them into 1 drawer, 2 drawers into 1 drawer, you know, and give me 1 skinny one, you know. So if you had the 3 skinny ones, get rid of 2, make that 1 nice deep drawer. I'm sorry, tall drawer, and then make the skinny one towards the top. Kind of like I have these 2 open here. I wouldn't mind having 1 skinny little one and 1 skinny bigger one, but underneath that, give me, you know, I'd rather have the 2 skinny drawers put together as 1. And that's what I'm throwing out there. I think it's just a waste of real estate, really, because a lot of us mechanics, we got tall tools, you know, thick pliers, plier racks, things like that. I don't want to see skinny drawers. That's why I bought the Cornwell Pro Series in the beginning. I bought the Cornwell Pro Series because it had some of the deepest drawers. Yeah, it didn't have as many drawers as some of the competitors, but they had some deep drawers, you know what I mean? I could, this is like an 11 drawer toolbox. That's probably got like 12 or 15 drawers or something like that. 16, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's like 20 drawers. 20 drawers. I don't need 20 drawers. Just give me my depth, you know, give me my height. Because as a mechanic, like I said, you're going to have items in blow molded cases that you want to keep in blow molded cases. You're going to have wrench racks that stick up taller than this. You're going to have plier racks that are going to stick up taller than this. So now I got all these skinny drawers and I can't put nothing in it, or at least I'm kind of limited to what it is I could put in there unless I lay everything perfectly flat. And then what happens when you lay everything perfectly flat? You got no room. You run out of room. Then you need a bigger box. You need to add on to it again. Another reason why I think that the U.S. General 56-inch is still a superior box for what it is that you're getting in comparison to the Icon. Again, not trying to hate on the Icon. I think it's a beautiful box, but it's a little too snap-on-ish for me, you know what I mean? There was a reason why I liked the US General, and most of that had to do with the depth, the height, and the lack of skinny drawers. It was a perfect fit for what it was that I was looking for. This one, not really the most perfect fit for what I'm looking for. The locker's awesome. The big drawer on the top's awesome. The stainless steel top's awesome. The hutch is awesome. The above cabinet's awesome. I'd be kind of curious if I could put these items on my US General Gen 2 56-inch. The little end cabinet, okay. The main toolbox, okay at best. At least they gave you a little power bank here on the outside, or a little power adapter you could plug your cell phone in or laptop into and then just run it. But still, you got to close the hutch, so why wouldn't that be more on the back side and then run the power through the back side? Or maybe they've already taken that into consideration and I missed something here. Love the pegboard, love the writing surface, but again, you know, we're getting a little snap-on-y here. Love the drawer liners. Those are always a plus. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think down in the comments, but let's go ahead and wrap up this Icon box, and then I'll give you my overall rating. Okay, overall rating for the price of this box, which we do not know yet. I actually did ask the Harbor Freight employee, who then she asked their manager. No price has been currently given out yet. There was a side-by-side comparison as far as what we can guesstimate the prices are going to be for this thing. But I got to be honest, if it costs more than twice the amount of a US Gen 2, I'm going to say no. No for the main box. If the hutch, the top cabinet, and the end locker can all be mated up and matched to the US General Gen 2, I'm saying yes. And especially if those items cost 2, maybe even 3 times more than the actual Gen 2 locker and end locker or end cabinet costs. If they cost twice the amount, yeah, I could see doing that, because look what they've done with Pittsburgh, right? So for the Pittsburgh breaker bar, it was like 20 bucks. For the Icon breaker bar, it's like 50 bucks. So if that's kind of the offset difference that we can expect between the end locker, the hutch, the top cabinet locker deal, or you can put books and stuff, I'm gonna say it might be worth making an attempt to make that work with your US General 56. And they are gonna do it for the 72 as well. So that would be interesting, because those of you that do not like having that little end space, because only the 56 top chest will fit, they're gonna do a 72 hutch. Done. Awesome, right? 72-inch hutch, boom. Everything's set up. I could see it. And I could see you guys attaching these to the US General boxes. All right, let's get real here for a minute. So you remember the height for those skinny drawers. We're gonna talk about that here back at the house. Now I've got this wrench organizer. It's non-Harbor Freight, made by OEMTOOLS, that you can pick up on Amazon for fairly inexpensive. Got the Harbor Freight plier rack that they started selling, which was recommended to me by Client Graphics. And you can see the types of pliers that I have currently on here. We've got some Doyle. I think these are Doyle right here. Then I've got some Mac, and this Mac, and then here's some more Doyle. This is my needle nose. And then, well, you get it. At any rate, let's talk about the height. That's what we were getting at. So, sorry for getting distracted. And look at this plier rack. The US General plier rack is coming in at around 2.5 inches in height. So when you have a drawer that's barely 1.25 inches, not even quite 1.5 inches, you're not even halfway up the spectrum here. So 1.25 inches, and we needed 2.5 for your rail. So that's what I'm saying. Let's go to the OEMTOOLS wrench organizer to get an idea. Okay, now this I might be able to fit in that one skinny drawer, because this is coming in just under 1.25 inches. So that would work. However, The Cornwell adjustable pliers set would not, because this is coming in just barely under 1.5 inches. Now let's go over here to some Matco screwdrivers to give you another reference here. And we're looking at maybe 1.25 inches. It might drag a bit, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, somewhere in between there. Here's the Craftsman screwdriver holder. That's 1.5 inches. So that's gonna drag or may not work at all. That's to give you an idea. Now, I had said that there was a main reason why I bought the Cornwell Pro Series toolbox, and there was a specific reason why I had liked the Harbor Freight 56-inch double bay. The height of some of the drawers in the double bay that I got from US General, there was a couple skinny ones, but for the most part, they had some pretty universal and diverse sizing. And you can see here, this is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drawer toolbox. And I believe the 56-inch one that I got from Harbor Freight is 11. But the other one, yeah, you're pushing pretty close to 20. So the tighter and tighter you make your drawers, the less and less attractive the toolbox is to me overall. Because like I said, we put big stuff in these things, you know. Even this top drawer, look at that. I could fit an entire Nico hard case in there. I can fit my Duralast hard case in there. Now, most mechanics aren't going to be like this. They're going to have these little stackers. So I put these stackers up here so we can check them out. But most DIY guys, maybe they don't want to take it out of the box. Maybe they want to take those and toss it in the car when they want to go. And then when they come back, they want to toss it back in here. All right, and here's something else to consider. Icon to icon, or apples to apples. Here's the Icon 1/2 inch click style torque wrench. Let's see how tall this blow molded case is and if you could even fit it in one of those drawers. No, we're looking at 2.5 inches in height. So you can't even put Icon to icon in those skinny drawers. Okay, this is an Icon torque wrench, Icon blow molded case. I want to keep it in there to keep it nice, keep it dust free, not rolling around. I can't even fit that in the skinny drawer. Let's take a look at some socket organizers and we'll see how tall some Cobalt socket organizers stack up and if they'll work in the drawer. All right, so going to the deepest Cobalt one from the shallowest. The deepest coming in at about 1.75 inches. The shallow coming in just under 1 inch. So you could put your shallow in there until you add the socket, right? Now we add some sockets to it. So let's grab a couple of these 3/8 just out of curiosity. And now look, we're at 1.5 inches, roughly. Roughly about 1.5 inches. Just under 1.5 inches. So that may or may not work for you. I'm just throwing this out there. Just take it for what it's worth. Okay guys, so overall, look, it's my opinion, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. It's my opinion that the Icon Master Series toolbox may not be the right fit for you. Whether you're a professional mechanic, technician, or a DIY guy. Really depends on what kind of tools that you plan on putting in what drawer. Gonna be quite limited, in my opinion, as far as what you can put in those skinny drawers. One of the things that I didn't talk about, and I'd like to just kind of briefly cover it before we wrap this video up, I'm gonna take 2 pair of Doyle pliers, just out of curiosity, and I'm gonna take my tape measure and just give a quick little snap here. And I'm gonna give a quick little snap here just to see how thick 2 of them would be stacked up, because as you guys know, in my Jamestown service cart, I got the pliers laid down flat and stacked up. Now, if you were to stack some Doyle pliers, which you could pick up from Harbor Freight, you'd be at just a smidgen over 1 inch if you wanted to stack 2 of them up. So roughly, you could probably stack 3 tall. So if you were planning on laying all your pliers out like so, inside the drawer, you could stack 3 up all the way across. You will not, however, be able to stack them up like this, which would come in somewhere pretty close to around 2 inches. And you most certainly would not be able to use the plier rack as we previously discussed. So that being said, the Icon toolbox, in my opinion, in all that its glory and as beautiful as it looks, might not be the right fit for you. You're really gonna have to do like I did when I bought the Cornwell toolbox, when I bought the Harbor Freight toolbox. You're gonna have to snap a tape measure. It's very easy. They're right behind the toolbox. When I was in Covina, the tape measures were right behind the box. Snap a tape measure, take your measurements, do like so, go home, look at your organizers, look at the things that you want to put in what drawer, start making a list of what you'd put in each drawer, start taking measurements, height, width, depth, go from there. And if it works out for you, great, because a toolbox is meant to store tools at the end of the day. It's nice if it has a nice tumbler system and it can lock and secure all your tools, but maybe you work at an independent shop where everybody trusts everybody and the toolbox for the most part is left unlocked during the entire year. So take that into consideration. It is what it is at the end of the day. It's just my opinion. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. You didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down. Share if you want to share. Share with me your ideas, comments, things that you wish they would change a little bit about it, what your hopes and desires are. Do you hope that all this stuff will actually made up and match up with the US Gen 2 toolboxes? Or do you hope that they actually make some changes to the actual icon box itself? I'd like to know. Thanks as always for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers, and this is